makes Le Corbusier so famous? Is it his famous works, including Villa Savoie, exemplifying his 5 points of architecture, or his famed modernist ideals, shown through his brutalist Unité de Habitation and Champ de Guerre capital complex, or his unrealized dream to level Paris to the ground in favour of his villa residue? Le Corbusier first published his book Towards a New Architecture in 1923, which lays out his 5 points of architecture. These acted as a guide for modern architectural design. Le Corbusier advocated for the use of pilotis, or stilts, to elevate buildings off the ground, thus creating a flexible ground floor plan to be used by cars and nature. Secondly, he proposed incorporating flat roof terraces as usable outdoor space atop buildings. These roof terraces provided residents with access to sunlight, fresh air, views, and were intended to replace the natural open space lost at ground floor, which was now taken up by the building. Thirdly, Le Corbusier advocated for an open floor plan layout, which eliminated the need for load-bearing walls on the interior. This allowed for great flexibility in interior design and facilitated a more efficient use of space. Fourthly, long horizontal windows that stretched across the facade of buildings were favoured. These ribbon windows provided even illumination and ventilation to the interior spaces, which emphasised the horizontal aspects of the building's design. They also contributed to a sense of continuity and unity in their architectural composition. Fifthly, the facade was now free from its traditional role as a load-bearing element. By separating the facade from the structural frame of the building, architects could design more freely and express using materials and forms that were not constrained by constructional requirements. These ideas, although exemplified in his Villa Savoie, his modernist views were pushed to larger scales of Unité de Habitation in 1952, showcasing all 5 points. This was then pushed further with his Champ de Guerre capital complex, a vast urban planning project that may not adhere strictly to all of Le Corbusier's 5 points of architecture. It undeniably reflects his influence on architectural principles. The buildings within the Champ de Guerre complex are not elevated on pilotis like some of Le Corbusier's other designs. However, the complex does feature elevated plazas and platforms, creating a sense of elevation and separation from surrounding landscapes. His most infamous urban planning proposal, however, was the Plan Vision for Paris, presented in 1925. In this, Le Corbusier proposed demolishing the historic heart of Paris, largely inhabited by working class and immigrant communities, and replacing it with a grid of cruciform towers surrounded by parkland. This plan was never realised, and it faced significant criticism from preservationists and others who opposed the destruction of Paris's historic fabric. Le Corbusier's controversy extends past his potential anti-Semitic writings or fascist authoritarian alignments with the Vichy government during World War II, and spilled into his personal life. While married to Yvonne Gallas from 1930 until his death in 1965, Le Corbusier was rumoured to have had affairs with other women such as French dancer-singer Josephine Baker or famed Irish architect Eileen Gray. Ultimately, his innovative ideas and designs have had a lasting impact on the built environment, and he is widely regarded as one of the most influential architects of the 20th century. Despite his controversial proposals and sometimes turbulent personal life, Le Corbusier's contribution to architecture and urban planning remains highly regarded influential to this day. So now you know.